All right, we're going to be looking at, this is a golfer warming up. We're going to be looking at shoulder turn versus hip turn. Again, this video is for all personal trainers, chiropractors, anybody that's actually trying to look at and analyze a golfer and their motion. So we want to use fixed points on the body that can be applied to every human. So when we're looking at shoulder turn, or let's say upper torso rotation, right there, we're going to use the buttons as a primary point of reference for upper torso rotation. So when she moves the upper torso, that's basically the location of the sternum. We know that that upper torso is moving. When it comes to hip rotation, our lower body rotation from the torso, we're going to be looking at the belt buckle, which lines up primarily with the belly button. So that's going to kind of give us an idea. So let's run this video, and I want you to notice she's got a full shoulder turn to the left, a shortened shoulder turn on her back swing side. She's actually a right-handed golfer. But let's take a peek at that. Right there is a full 90-degree shoulder turn. So if we look right here, her sternum is basically facing her target. So that's probably down the target line, although she's warming up. Most of her weight is back here over on the right foot. She did not shift her weight over here. Otherwise, we would see this hip socket, the middle of the hip socket and the knee would be lined up on this line right here directly over the ankle. And then the other thing we note is how much rotation she has in her hips. So let's look from where that belt buckle is here. Oops, let me do that again. There we go. That's about where her belly button is. And it rotated that much. So we can imagine she's probably got maybe a 45-degree hip turn and a 90-degree shoulder turn right there. All right, so the problem with that is that's all thoracic spine. Had she shifted her weight over and then rotated from the hip socket, that would have rotated her shoulders here to this 90-degree shoulder turn. And then both her sternum and the belt buckle would have been facing her target at the same time. That is significantly easier on the spine to borrow from that hip socket and not create all of your torque and all of your rotation up here in that spine area. We really want to borrow from that hip socket, and for most people it rotates super easy, with exception to a few golfers here and there that have had hip replacements. Most golfers can stand upright, get a full hip rotation with their belly button facing the target. One of the easiest ways to test that is give them a ball and have them throw, give them a golf ball, have them throw the golf ball. If their belly button is facing the target and they're all the way off that right foot, you know that they don't have any restriction in the hip socket that's going to keep that hip socket from rotating. Typically for golfers, they're not even using it. This girl's a perfect example. Most of her rotation is just really her shoulders. It's upper torso rotation in the absence of any help from her lower body and her hip socket. All right.